Recent commentary and media narratives have suggested that there's tension within segments of the conservative media regarding Donald Trump's leadership and political direction. And the person that seems to be leading it is one Tucker Carlson. He's a prominent conservative commentator and has at times offered perspectives that differ and critique highly aspects of the Trump-aligned politics. However, remember, this characterization is not necessarily calling for a full breakup from the broader conservative movement. It's an overgeneralization, but there are some people who are getting really noisy about it. Conservative audiences and influencers are not monolithic, and the viewpoints range from strongly supportive still to some severely critical. Now, for some examples, toss in some Candace Owens or Joe Rogan as some other voices that seem to be moving towards the "I didn't vote for this" crowd, with Trump sending harsh words for Owens and summoning Rogan to the White House for an executive order signing. So with anything with your loyalty, it may vary in your mileage with the president on all things, including how you see him, how you perceive him, how you talk about him. Just because you're not talking great about him doesn't necessarily mean he's going to blast you, but the chances are very much higher. But the suggestion that Trump could be described as the Antichrist, that falls in the category of rhetoric, that religious framing that is a bit empirical than just regular political analysis. This is the language that's being used by one Tucker Carlson, typically used to symbolize a provocative way of a certain discussion, but it's not exactly grounded in political or theological consensus. Just sort of you say something crazy and people kind of log onto it. It's more reflective of a personal belief system and ideological expression than widely accepted evidence-based claim, i.e., there are no priests in the Vatican looking to see that this guy is actually an antichrist and will be the end times coming to you. And of course, bring about the miracle of revelations. Although many in the evangelical Christian world are looking for a revelational miracle right now, so, your mileage may vary with your president. Modern political media ecosystems often amplify perceived divisions between conflict-driven narratives that basically are just trying to capture attention, and figures like Carlson need the clicks. They operate with a commentary space where critique, and usually on aligned figures, can serve audiences well in engagement and ideological positioning. This does not necessarily initiate the structural shift in political alliances. Tucker Carlson is not going to become a liberal tomorrow, and he's not going to drop Trump as quickly as it looks like. But if the clicks keep coming, the views are here, and people can talk on the things how they're not so happy with Trump right now, and he can ride that wave. Trust me, the normal evolution of discourse of political coalition is what it is. You ride the wave of who's going to keep you in the dance, not necessarily who brought you to the dance. Now, some more concrete indications that the shift is happening, which is happening, but it's not so much a change, but just a slight shifting, including some changes in polling among conservative voters. Many conservatives are polling into the negative views of Donald Trump. A lot of things going on with not voting for this war, not voting for these gas prices, and other things out there. There are variations in primary election support. The elections coming up in the next couple of weeks now, and of course in November for the big ones, are having some issues where people aren't quite falling in line with the MAGA candidate or the conservative candidate on that side. There are differences in fundraising and endorsements all around. Donald Trump's doing what he can to make sure he's out there making money for folks, but some other people aren't quite pulling the weight they were doing before because of some of the unrest we have going right now. And look for a divergence in policy priorities among conservative leaders. Many of them are voting against the pure MAGA volume or even the Maha volume or just a Trump thing, and going for things that make more sense for their constituents, that will put money in their pockets and put more security into their lives. In the present, there are pockets of criticism and debate. There's always that. And right now, the growing criticism and debate against Donald Trump within his base is growing. It's being louder, if you will. But Trump continues to maintain a significant support within the real base. The MAGA people who brought him to the dance are still with him, although, as I said, they are a bit worried about gas prices as well. Now, look for these things. There are some visible disagreements within conservative media circles, which is actually healthy. That's what should happen. What happened with the coalition of the Trump, where everyone just fell in line with what he said, is not normal. That itself is the weird thing. That itself is the oddity. There's also no clear evidence of a unified or large-scale breakup from Trump, so most people are still falling in line with what's happening. Meanwhile, religious and extreme labels are rhetoric. Do not take them for anything other than what they are, a way for Tucker Carlson to get more people to pay attention to him. There's no analytic data. There's no actual proof. There's no Da Vinci Code level things or a secret book in the White House that can point to Donald Trump being the Antichrist. So don't worry about that too much. In the meantime, what do you think about Carlson speaking out against Donald Trump and the others who are people in the influencer space for the right who are speaking out against their leader, and what that means for more people who may want to step away? Does that mean there's more people who have been in hiding the shadows who are ready to not be never Trumpers per se, but to speak out against them now? Or is this just a smoke signal? It's just false flags? Everybody just as hunky-dory as they were with Trump yesterday, or a year before, or 4 years before, as they are right now? Some people need a bit more exposure, need some more clicks, so they're doing something that's going to be a bit contrarian to get some attention. Your comments, very much welcome.